Wow. Not the Friday we had in mind, people. Not the Friday we had in mind. We've got plenty to talk about tonight. Bryan, second bid rejected. Bryan's bid rejected. We were hoping this weekend was going to be a fun one. And you know what's happened? Brentford have rained on our parade. We have got plenty to discuss about this. Is it positive spin by Manchester United? Is it just Brentford holding out for as much as they can get? I don't know what to suggest anymore with this. We were all hoping that we would be laughing our way into the 1st of July with the Bryan news absolutely announced. And here we are again. Here we are again. Welcome, Bill. Welcome. First again, mate. Hope you are well. Hope you are well. How are you all feeling today about this news? This news has come in on a Friday evening where we should all be sitting there going, fuck me, what a week. What a week. Only Manchester United can make this better. And guess what? Boom. Boom. Done. That's how I feel. Done. Andy says, no talking about... Of course. There is little bits to say about him, but I'm not going to dwell on that twat tonight. I'm not going to dwell. There is some stuff on shore as well, which I do want to talk about. And I hope you are well, Bill. I hope you're having a better Friday than me. So let's get straight back. Let's get straight back into it. I feel like this is the worst kept secret in football, that Bryan is going to sign for Manchester United. But what seems to be happening here is we are still stuck in this, they want more money. Brentford want more money. At this point, I'm starting to really dislike Brentford. And yeah, I've sat here and said to you, and why wouldn't they want more money? I have sat here and said that, but the reports are simple. Bryan wants Manchester United. Bryan rejected Spurs. Bryan has told Brentford, let me go to Manchester United. Do they get to a situation here where they keep the player too long and it becomes a silly case of a player saying, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not coming back to training. We don't want this to get to that. For two reasons. We don't want that because he's been a great servant to Brentford. And we don't want people to then question him as a person, kicking his toys out of his pram. I just don't know what to say on the matter. We have two ways of looking at this. We've got the positive side. We have the positive side, which I'm happy to say. I will say this. This is what I think. This is my truth. We have said for so long that we are not that club at the moment that is going to go out there and just throw money and bring these players in. We can't. And the simple fact of the matter is, the reason we can't is because we're still struggling to sell the players that are stuck here. I'm not mentioning some of their names because I say their names to death and I'm absolutely sick of mentioning their names. I am. I don't want to bore you guys with their names. Is this a reason why we are struggling here? Are Manchester United slightly concerned that once they've got the Bryan deal done, that's it, the coffers are done? We need to then wait to sell. I know they want to structure it. I know that they say that they're not going to panic about it. I know that they're saying that they're absolutely relaxed and they feel like this transfer will come. But I've said to you all 1st of July, Bill's a Newcastle fan. He will know this more than anybody, waiting for the club to do something. Lucas is a West Ham fan. I'm sure they're waiting for the 1st of July. This is going to be the longest weekend we're going to have, guys. Guys and girls, this is going to be the longest weekend because we are waiting, we are praying, we are begging for the 1st of July to hit that clock, hit that date. Let me just go through these comments. Try and chill. Honestly, Andy, I just want it done. I want to sit here in front of you all and celebrate us signing a fucking player. I want it so bad. We've waited since the Cunha deal. There's that hope and that praying that we're going to, once we've done this deal, go on and get the others. But the longer this deal is going on, my friend, the longer this deal is going on, it worries me about who else we bring in. I'm positive and I'm a glass half full. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. But the longer this goes on with our constant rubbish attempts of being able to look at 2 or 3 players at once, going out there and bringing these people in, we can only deal with one transfer at a time. And this is where Manchester United are at the moment. And this is where I think we're struggling. Moxie, I hope you're well. We are still here, the Bryan Brigade. Knew all along Brentford wanted 65 million. So not surprised, be wrapped up by next week. This will ramp up. This will absolutely ramp up. Manchester United will have to now. That's the second bid being rejected. The next bid's crucial. The next bid has to be the bid that makes Brentford say, okay, he's yours. Off you go. I don't know how much longer I can take this. Lucas, I hope you are well, my friend. I hope you're having a very good Friday. Bill also says this is a very similar situation to Newcastle fans, to be honest. At least the players you want to move on are better than the ones we are trying to move out. Yeah, I hear you. I absolutely hear you. Sophie, I hope you are well, my love. I hope you're having a very good week. There you go. You got Bill saying as well. Hughes will get him eventually, I think. Yeah, I know, Sophie, but eventually. We can't afford to do eventually. Here's my concern. This is why I wanted this done this week. Manchester United absolutely need new players. I said in the stream a couple of nights ago that for me, once these 2 deals are done, it's still another 3 for us to look like a decent outfit. The longer this goes on, the longer it's going to take for us to go out and find these players, because we haven't even entertained bids with other players yet. We haven't even entertained the bids for other players. And this is where we go on that merry-go-round circle. And Manchester United, as I said, are coming out and saying, whoa, relax. We're fine. David Ornstein's come out and said, Manchester United are fine with this. They're absolutely relaxed. Doesn't help the fact that we need this player now. Doesn't help the fact that we need to get this player in. It's the 27th. What's the date next Friday? So a week on Monday is when pre-season training starts. This isn't fucking Sunday League. This isn't hoping that the availability is there. We need these new players in to get in with the other lads, to get the training in, to work with the manager. Amorim obviously wants this player, but he's never worked with this player. So Manchester United, where I agree we shouldn't be that club that's overpaying anymore, I feel like they should be going harder at this transfer. Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I'm just tired because we're waiting for transfers. And at the moment, there's only one we're really properly, truly linked with. Doesn't that say everything about where we are at the moment? Moxie says, same on Sky Sports News transfer talk earlier. They were saying that why aren't signings getting completed? And both reporters saying everyone is waiting for July the 1st. I hope so, Moxie. In an ideal world, come the 1st of July, every night when I come and talk to you lovely people, I'm going to be saying we're linked with Watkins. The Gyökeres deals is moving on. We're linked with a new goalkeeper. Midfielders, we're applying so much pressure on the clubs to release these players to us. We have to, I get it, we have to wait and wait and wait. But I tell you what, Manchester United, let me say this before we move on to a bit more about this. Manchester United absolutely have to make sure they've got their shit in order when it comes to the other players. They absolutely have to make sure their shit is in order, because we can't face another player that we look at. Let's say, for example, we'll use Gyökeres. I can't deal with this, and Manchester United fans won't be able to deal with this. And also, this can't happen anyway for our rebuild. Us going in with the first offer, it's rejected. Us going in with a second offer, thinking that we're okay and we're going to be fine, it gets rejected. Only for a third one. This has been going on for 3 weeks. Manchester United can't afford to do that. If you go on that logic, then if we need 3 more players, that's 9 weeks at least. Well, let me tell you, 9 weeks, that takes us to the middle of August with no preseason for players, no training with the manager fully. I'm stressing. I am stressing, and I know I'm stressing, but you have to understand that I want this done. I got paid today. I had the whole weekend planned out. I was going to get the shirt. I was going to get the name on the back, and Brentford have completely fucked it up. Let's get through some of these comments. There's a few of you. It's me, Everest. I hope you are well in Bangladesh. I'm glad I know that now. How hot is it there, mate? Because I am sweating here. I am sweating. And yeah, you're right, Sophie. These journos they're clueless. By the way, guys, if you are new, we are close to 100 subscribers. It may sound small, but it means the world to me. So let's make sure that we're liking and subscribing the video to the channel. Sorry, we want to hit that 100 before the end of the weekend. Claire said, sorry, Andy, I'm stressed with it. Andy, if it's the 1st of July, why don't the club come out and tell us? Well, there's a way of looking at that. Okay, I will say this about that. As much as it's an unspoken rule here with most of the clubs, you're not going to come out and admit it, are you? You're not going to come out and admit it, because any interest you have in players, all the clubs are going to say, well, we may as well just wait. We're not going to bother speaking to you till after that. The Game Scoop, hope you are well. Evening all, I'm hoping next week, aka July the 1st, we smash out 2 or 3 deals in the next few weeks, including Bryan. Do they know we got a pre-season? My point exactly. I love seeing the fact that the players are out there at the moment doing their own private thing, getting fit. Lenny Yoro and Mino are doing their thing. And you've got, obviously, as Xerxes is at the moment, an Instagram whore. He is all over the place. But I want signings. I want to see on the 1st of July people holding the shirt up, and I want to see so bad when it comes to that first pre-season training, 3 or 4 players wandering in there. But we're not going to get that. We're not going to get that. The transfer window is more confusing than calculus. It's 100%. And 27 degrees at 2 a.m. So not that bad. Fucking hell. Honestly, is anybody else absolutely roasting? I'm boiling, man. That's a sign of weakness in transfer negotiations. Yeah, it is. I agree. Completely agree. Brentford appointing their set-piece coach as their new gaffer is strange, as well as losing Bryan and Norgard. Don't forget the keeper as well. They could be contenders for relegation. Yeah, Lucas, in the words of the infamous and unforgettable Meatloaf, you did take the words right out of my mouth there. I was talking to a friend before about this, and I said the same. I said Brentford have to be favourites for relegation. Not favourites, but they have to be 1-on-1s this season. If I'm a Brentford fan, I'm not wanting Andrews as the manager. It never works. It very rarely works when someone within the club comes on and takes them over. He'll be one of the first ones sacked, honestly. I fear for Brentford. I absolutely do. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you for that. Absolutely love that. We are trying to grow. I'm having a night off tomorrow, by the way. So if you try and log on tomorrow, Mrs. Robinson has completely and utterly reminded me that Love Island isn't on tomorrow, so I will not be here tomorrow. I might even take her out for a meal. Yeah, it's done now. You get some channel that talk absolute crap like everything is correct. And this is the other thing. I'll say this about the Bryan transfer. There have been so many of these in the know people, okay? In the know people who've come out and said it's done next week. I sat here and said I hoped it was done next week. I'll never sit here and say I think it is. But no, I just want it done. I want it done. It's me Everest says, yeah, exactly. Come on. There's a couple more people. Get those likes up and make sure you're subscribing. Mod it for free. I will. Do you know something? Honestly, that'll be something I will definitely. The one thing I'm going to say about you originals, because I'm always going to refer to you as the OGs of this channel. When this channel grows, and it will grow, I've got plenty of things planned for this channel, and we do start going up there, and we start getting more people. I won't forget the OGs. You will be a big part of this channel moving forward. And yeah, you're right. It is all clickbait culture. Bill says, don't Brentford have a successful history of internal recruitment now? I'm not sure on that one. I'm not a Brentford fan. I just know that I wouldn't feel comfortable. I don't think Keith Andrews. I don't sit there and feel like, okay, they're going to ball this season. He is a big piece of the puzzle to be missing, Thomas Frank. Honestly, managers like that, once they leave the club, we've seen it so many times, the clubs do start to struggle. Bill says, I mean, Frank was assistant coach before becoming the manager, and it's something I think they did before that too. Is Thomas Frank not a once in a lifetime, but yeah, I will say once in a lifetime for Brentford because of what he did there. Is he? He's done incredible stuff there. The Game Scoop says, we literally had every platform. Bryan deal's done. Medical in United next week. I was happy. Then 15 minutes later, I was actually being rejected. Shambles. Does anybody ever remember the film 50 First Dates? When he's on the boat and he's like, wouldn't it be nice? That was me driving back, getting ready to speak to you lovely people. It's horrendous. It's horrendous. I don't want to dwell on it too much because it's already ruined the first 15 minutes of this stream with you lovely people. And yes, you are the OG crew. And yes, you will be here, Sophie. I appreciate each and every one of you. You too, Lucas. If Brentford goes down, but a classic club like Blackburn or Bolton or Portsmouth come up, I'll take it. Blackburn are in a spot of bother, I think, aren't they? Aren't they in a spot of bother financially? And Bolton, League One, Portsmouth. Do you know what, Portsmouth? I couldn't stand Portsmouth after it. They stopped us getting the treble, man. They stopped us getting the treble in 2008, 2009 when they beat us with that penalty. Was it Rio Ferdinand that went in goal for it? Sophie Everest, yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Great to have some of the old stadiums back. And look, I am, by the way, an old stadium lover. I rather the vintage, the retro stadiums. It's one of the reasons why I go up to Scotland so much to watch football. Because I love the old proper built stadiums, the culture. And he says, God, that was my mouth. Other channels don't bother with the OGs. Hopefully won't forget us. Andy, I can tell you this now, and you can clip this video. Once this channel starts taking off, and I think it will because we've got good people here, I can assure you now, you will be one of the first people on my list. I will never ever forget the support that you guys have done for me since we've started this. And look, this is only the 4th or 5th YouTube video we've done. We are very much at the infancy of what we want to do here, of where we want to go. So don't worry, you will be a big part of this channel. Definitely compared to other people, I know exactly who you're on about there. Bill says, I don't know, to be honest. I think the way they have the club set up, they are very data-driven and have many options. But hey, this is a Man United stream, so I'll stop talking about Brentford for now. I tell you what, honestly. Right, okay, let's look at this two ways. It will all depend on the players they bring in to replace an Mbeumo, Bryan. Sorry, that's a slip of the tongue. They've brought Kelleher in, which is a good signing. If Visser goes, that's another one. That's another one that you're going to have to watch. I just don't know. They're not the same as Brighton in that aspect. Boxy Shun, thank you so much. We're going nowhere down, mate. Thankfully, on to the next subject. Thought you were going to explode. Yeah, I need to stop. I need to stop myself. And guys, this is a Friday night. You know, we talk. The floor is open to you guys. The floor is open to you guys. We do have things to talk about, but this is Friday night, so this is open. This is an open show for you guys. My voice broke then. I need a sip of water. Blackburn aren't in too bad a situation. You may be thinking of Sheffield Wednesday, who have a transfer ban, I think, and their manager left because of it. I swear I saw that Blackburn. Let me just check, because you know I like to fact check these things. Financial. Let's have a look. Financial problems. The club is losing a lot of money on a daily basis. Apparently, it's just shy of 400 grand a week. So, again, always the internet to save the day. But Sheffield Wednesday are absolutely screwed. How much do we offer Brentford? Doug, welcome. I hope you're well. How much do we offer Brentford? Well, look, Manchester United aren't going to offer stupid money in the sense of going up to 70, 80 million. I do still feel like, with the Brentford situation, it is literally the add-ons. Maybe they go to 57.5 down payment, and then they do maybe 10 add-ons. I'm not bothered about that. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. But it's just a case of now, it's a waiting game. The third bid, Doug, you've been in this situation as a Liverpool fan. Newcastle fans have been in this situation. Sometimes the club just wants to milk that little bit more out, don't they? And look, he's a big player for him, so I absolutely get it. And yes, we are going to get that 1,000. We are. Let's get the 100 first. We're a couple off the 100. And I tell you what, I won't forget this 100. You're going to grow quick, Dan. Great channel here. Thank you, Lucas. I do appreciate it. Lucas, you've been with me since day dot on TikTok, mate. And Doug, massive appreciation for that, mate. Massive appreciation. Chappie, how are you? I hope you are well. And yeah, 3 more subs. Get those. Honestly, guys, if you're new, subscribe. I want to see this. Let's see if we can get over that 100 before tonight. Andy says, why is Sean not getting any flack? Don't you worry, Andy. He's in here. Honestly, if you're new to the channel, this is my notes. I always take notes. He is definitely on my list tonight. The Game Scoop says, got the new top today, so hopefully more funds for United to splash out. I'm so buzzing for the new season either way. That is a great comment. It is a great comment. In fact, look, as a football collective here, who else isn't absolutely buzzing about this season being so close? We are not far away at all. Even the pre-seasons, I can't wait. I'm even considering booking a couple of days off work just to watch the pre-season. That's ridiculous. If my boss is watching this, you didn't hear that. Sophie, I have a question about United. If we don't get Europe next season, do you think you'll be in even more trouble, or can Man United survive a few years without? Fantastic question. Fantastic question, Sophie. I don't think... Right, so for some of you who are new to the channel, for some of you who have followed me on TikTok, I have stayed true to the fact that Manchester United have to get Europe this season. And I've said that Manchester United, I don't care how we get it, I don't care where we finish in it, we have to get Europe this season. That question there by Sophie is a cold, hard reality. Manchester United will not be able to be run the way that they think they should be if they don't get European football this season coming, which is why we have to, and I mean this, Manchester United absolutely have to take the league seriously. They have to. They have to take the FA Cup seriously. They have to take the Carabao Cup seriously. They have to do that. None of this resting players. None of this bullshit of just, oh, well, we're focusing on the league. The league is to be focused on if you think you can go out there and win the league. When Chelsea dropped down and then they went and wanted the next season, they knew they had the infrastructure, the players, and the manager to do so. Manchester United have got a few of those things in place. They haven't got everything where they need it to be, though. So they have to absolutely get European football next season. For us to miss it 2 years in a row would be an absolute disgrace. And yeah, I think the sponsors would start going down. I mean, look, Manchester United are always going to attract sponsors, Sophie. They are. But the big ones, I think, would start pulling their money. And also sponsors wouldn't have to offer as much. They know they'd have Manchester United over a barrel with that. Chappie says, if United were a shop, they'd be shut down. Well, if they were a restaurant, they definitely fucking would. Very good question, Sophie. I remember us being in the gutter with no progress and massive trouble with finances. Newcastle fans always have my respect. They do. Not because of how supportive you are to me. I remember the bad days with Mike Ashley. I remember that. I absolutely do. And I also remember the days of Newcastle United signing these players that they thought would go on and take them to the next level for them to get injured. I mean, there was a couple of seasons, Joe, where you lot had the worst injury record. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. The game Stoop comes back with third time's a charm, so Brian should be a go. Probs get Gyökeres first bid, lol. Look, there's a question to be asked about this. There is a question to be asked about this. I saw a stat about Ollie Watkins today that I didn't realise this. And when I saw it, I thought, that's changed things. Now, granted, Ollie Watkins is 30 years old. He is 30. His stats last season were 31 goals and assists in 54 games. That's not bad, you know. When you talk about signing Premier League proven players, Ollie Watkins as a striker is someone that we cannot discount. We cannot forget about a player like that. We cannot forget about a player like that. So I just don't know. Is Ollie Watkins someone that we really look at now? Because from all accounts and purposes here, intents and purposes, Aston Villa do want to get rid. I think Aston Villa do want to get rid. So for me, I feel like you look at a player like him and you say, yeah, he has to be someone we look at. Let's look at some of these comments. We've got loads here. Loads and loads of comments. Love it. Love it. Welcome as well if you're new. Don't forget to subscribe. We're on the road to 100. Once we've done that road, we're on the road to 500. Sophie says, okay, I think I've mistaken something here with Everest. By the looks of it, he's a Liverpool fan. Jeez. I'll come to that in a second. Moxie Shun says 400k a week and a football club is in trouble, but Rashford is being a fucking ball ache on 350k a week. Get some perspective, Marcus, you twat. Yeah. I don't want to mention these players tonight. I've literally got it in my head. I'm only going to say the S word once, and that's because there's some funny news about him, but I don't want to mention their names. But Moxie, you're absolutely right. Andy says, will you do a show on any of the friendlies? Well, that all depends if one of my friends who I've seen is in the chat tonight can help me with a couple of things. But that is an idea. I do want to start getting these live streams out as quick as possible. And yeah, Chappie, how long can we go on losing money? Well, this is where the changes, this is where the penny pinching is coming in. We could do a whole video on the mistakes that he has made, Sir Jim, in the people he has fired, in the mistakes he's made with the legends, pulling the money from that. But we are losing money, and if we don't get Europe, we will be in trouble. Absolutely. You don't want conference. That costs a club more money than it's worth in reality. Yeah, but if you win it, you get into the Europa, and we're not in a position at the moment where we can beat our chest and say Champions League is a reality. So, Sophie, I kind of disagree. Here he is, Wolfie. Guys, you may see that my thumbnails have changed ever so slightly. And by say ever so slightly, I mean they look a lot better. You'll also see that the description of the video is better. That's because of this guy here. If you don't follow him already, make sure you follow him on Forest Fan TV. He is an absolute gent, and he has been a superstar in helping me set up this channel. 3 more players and we'll be cooking, says Andy. I've said this. You know my thoughts on this. I've been saying this for a while, that if we get Brian in and we've sorted Cunha, 3 players, and we become a lot different in the league. We become a different outfit completely. It's me, Everest says, United are like the globally significant banks. Too big to fail. They can't afford to fail, I guess. Wall Street bank settings, all Real Madrid settings. I mean, you know, Madrid, Royal Madrid. Yeah, big up. Of course, big up to Wolfie. Yeah, so I didn't know that you supported Liverpool, Everest. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. And DJ Leaky says, oi, oi, hope you are well, Leaky. Hope you are well. I didn't realise Tatum is a magpie. Look, we all make mistakes. we all make mistakes. yeah, Wolfie is a lovely human off football. Do you know something? Let me tell you a story about Wolfie. So I met Wolfie properly. I met Wolfie properly for the first time face to face at the 12th man end of season do. And I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but he is an absolute gent. Honestly, face to face, he is an absolute gent. And as I say, this channel, the changes we're making wouldn't happen without that man. So he may get a lot of stick off of some rival fans, but he's a hero. Carrington Blunt says, big up, Dan, what you're saying about Arsenal first game. I still think we're going to beat Arsenal first game. I'll say this now. I'm happy to sit here and say this, and I'm happy to take the L because this probably will get clipped up now I'm on YouTube. I'm happy to take the L and say Manchester United will definitely beat Arsenal the first game of the season. Coming off the back of the shit we had last season, I'll do it. I'll absolutely do it now. I'll hold that. I think if we get the striker in with Bryan and obviously Cunha, we bring another midfielder in and then goalkeeper, which I'll go on to in the bit. I genuinely, and I see those eyes, Sam. I see those eyes. I'll come to you, mate. I just feel like it's a different Manchester United. And Arsenal, Sam will say it himself, Arsenal against United at Old Trafford isn't the greatest record. So that's something to hang your hat off. And yeah, honestly, he's a legend. Wind Up Merchant on YouTube, Wolfie is class. I can't lie. Honestly, there is a world where he and Lawless should be on more streams together. Honestly, Dan Potts, you got to sort that. And here he is, Sam Hart. Sam Hart. Big up Sam Hart as well, by the way. Whilst I'm giving Wolfie his flowers, this guy has helped me a lot as well with things behind the scenes. Absolute superstar. And what have we got here? I saw Dave Astbury. So when I first saw Wolfie as a Forest fan instead of Dave, I thought he'd be a lovely fan like Dave. Oh, my days, I was so wrong. Honestly, salt and pepper, aren't they? Salt and pepper. But you need that. You need that. You absolutely need that. Sam says, yeah, 100% will genuinely be tough. Always is, no matter how good we are or how bad you are. It's me, Everest. Don't compare anyone to Dave, let alone me, one of the nicest people on the planet. Yeah, you can't. Sorry. Yeah, Dave is. He's a superstar. Now, let's go on to the goalkeeper because I do want to speak about this. The signings that we're looking at for goalkeepers, you all know that my ideal signing as a goalkeeper is Emi Martinez. It's Emi Martinez for what he brings off the pitch as much as he does on the pitch. Manchester United are looking at, and I'll try and say his name as best I can, Carnesecchi from Atalanta. 40 million. 40 million for this lad. 18 clean sheets last season. Now, what Manchester United are absolutely saying here is we're scouting this player, we've scouted him, and we want him. We like him the best. Now, with this signing, here's my take on it. We know that at the moment we're absolutely stuck with Onana. Onana, there was a conversation with Monaco. Monaco offered some money and apparently he said, absolutely not. I want to stay and fight for my place at United. Now, I think there's a world here, people, where we don't sign Onana, but we do sign a keeper. I think there is a world. If we can get some other players out the door, I think there is absolutely a world where we sign another keeper. And I think maybe someone like this could be that guy. Carnesecchi will come in, and evidently, I think you'll see in pre-season if he does. I'm not saying that we've signed him at all, but if we do sign a keeper like this, I think you'll see him rotate Onana and this guy. I think it's the only way that you can get rid of Onana is by signing a keeper to rival him and just putting him on the bench. Because pride's a wonderful thing, and I think by the end, I think he will say, "I need to get out of this club." So, what are our thoughts on the goalkeeper, and who would you actually want? Can't wait for another Butcher Martinez to take out Shirky at City. Honestly, Shirky set it, didn't he? He set it saying, I hate United. I hate United. Cry more, mate. Cry more. Cry more. I couldn't give a flying fuck. Honestly, couldn't give a flying fuck about that guy. He's got tricks, yeah? He's got unbelievable techers. Let's see how he does it in the Premier League. He is quality, by the way. But let's see how he does it, because we see players like this come to the Premier League full of chest and it just doesn't work. He has amazing ability. He is a player for the money the money they've paid for him. This is a fantastic risk to take. If they'd have paid 60 M's for him, nah, absolutely not. Lawless and Wolfie would be utter chaos. No one else would be able to get a word in. Well, on my leaving show on 12th Man, we got them, didn't we? We got them for a little bit. And it was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, honestly, Wolfie, massive. I was touching the badge there. Massive respect to you, mate. I don't think you sign a goalkeeper unless it's Martinez, I don't think. Okay. Okay, see now, Sophie, I honestly hope that in 3 or 4 weeks' time, I'm saying you're missed it, Meg, because that's the goalkeeper I want. That is a goalkeeper. If you sign him with Onana in the changing room, he walks in, he walks up to Onana, and he says this: "You're in my seat." Simple as that. He backs himself. Martinez absolutely backs himself for the player he is. Honestly, for the fact he is a winner with Argentina. For the fact he has done so well at Villa. He has. He's. Did he win the FA Cup? I think he was in goal for the FA Cup final for Arsenal. This guy comes in and absolutely moves mountains as a goalkeeper. It was Deji versus Lawless versus Wolfie versus Eagle tonight on Dan's channel. I didn't see. I don't go on that. I don't get on that channel anymore. I don't get on there. I'm sat here literally crying myself to sleep about that one. Potsy, if you're watching, I want you back. I want you back for good. Oh, that's what you should say to me, actually. I'm joking, of course. I'm joking. Onana must go if you want to progress, says Connie. Connie, if you're new, make sure you are subscribing, my friend. It's nice to see new people on here commenting. It's absolutely, I love that. Let's hit that 100 before tonight. Let's hit that 100 subscribers. Diego Costa says DJ Leakey. Nah, I worry about the Diego Costa signing because in my eyes, I genuinely feel like he is going to City. I think he's got Manchester City written all over him. I think Edison may get one more season there because he said he wants to stay. I think he goes to Man City. I'd love him. I'd love him at Manchester United because I've watched him for Portugal in the Nations League, and I thought he was incredible. I thought he was absolutely incredible. But I think a certain Mr. LB from Manchester City will tell you all he is going to City. He's made for City. Costa or Martinez, says Andy. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell, Andy. Now you put me on the spot. Nah, you're putting me on the spot, aren't you? I mean, look, if I had to choose one, if I got a free run at them, it would be Costa. I would take Costa. He's younger, and I think the ceiling there is incredible. But I'm not crying if we get Martinez. Let me just say that. Just downloading the Titanic soundtrack there. Yeah, it is sinking now. Oh, God. There'll be plenty of that this season. Leon's keeper, Lopez. I feel like, and actually, It's Me Everest has made a point there. There's not been much in the way of people absolutely going for Leon, has there? I'm amazed. Honestly, Leon, I do worry about because they will be absolutely pulled apart. Now, will they bring in players of a level to be able to compete in League Two? I don't know. But for the financial problems they've got there, it's such a shame, by the way. It's such a shame. If you're of an age like me, I remember Leon absolutely bossing it. I remember him winning like the title. Was it 4 or 5, 6 times in a row? What a terrible situation for a club like that to be in. Yeah, he is. He's absolutely City bound, Doug. Doug, what about you? What are you happy with your signings, mate? Are you happy with the ones you've brought in? Yeah, they should be. They absolutely should be. It's Me Everest. Yeah. Come on. We want to hit those. We want to hit that 100. We want to hit that 100 tonight. We want to hit that 100 before I have to go downstairs and hear about Ben on Love Island being an absolute twat. So I tell you what, Andy will be happy with this. We got to talk about Luke Shaw, guys and girls. We got to talk about Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, for me, had an amazing run, right? 2000 to 2022, I'd say. Amazing run. Then he got injured again. And then we seem to have the same issue season after season. Now, not forgetting that this guy made himself available for England for the Euros and got himself fit to play in the final, and then we didn't see him again for ages. I'm absolutely at the point now with Luke Shaw where there's two things. A, we sell him, but I don't see any clubs actually coming out there and making the moves to sign him. I can't see a club. What club would you guys say would actually go for Luke Shaw? Who is out there that would actually go for Luke Shaw? I mean, the only thing I could see is Besiktas because Ollie's there and Ollie absolutely loves him. He's on too much money as it is. I think he's got 1 or 2 years left on his contract. The only way I see him playing for Manchester United, I've said this before, is a left centre back. Welcome, Carl. Let's bring you up there, mate. Welcome. Hope you're well. Don't worry about being late. It's been a tough night for everybody. What is everyone's thoughts on Luke Shaw? Are you keeping Luke Shaw or are you selling him? I loved him. 18 months where he was just marauding up the wing. Him and Rashford, that is when they were at their absolute best. They had a right partnership on that side, and then he just can't stay fit. And then coupled with, and look, I haven't got a problem with Manchester United players having a life outside of Manchester United, but at a time where we were absolutely diabolical, he's then on TikTok at Molly May's fucking New Year's Eve party. Like, really? I feel like I would be more happy to give Diego Leon, Harry Amas, and Dorgu the chance this season to fight it out. I think his time is done. And Andy, yeah, I absolutely agree with that sometimes. DJ Leakey says Terminator's contract needs to be gone. Well, this is the problem, though, isn't it? I mean, how much would we have to pay him? Because he's on a decent wedge there. Lucas, mate, honest, you want all our players. You want all our players. I could see him in a West Ham shirt. I could absolutely see. I asked the question, who would he sign for? I could absolutely see Luke Shaw playing at West Ham. He's a London boy as well, isn't he? Love Island, honestly. Whoever, I can't watch that. I would. Here's something I'm going to say to you all, and this is going to shock you. Things I would rather do than watch Love Island. First one, I'd rather we rewatch back the Champions League final that we lost against Barcelona, where we completely bowled off the pitch. I would rather watch Italy beat us in penalty shootouts. I would rather watch Liverpool smash us. Was it the 7-0? I would rather watch the Arsenal game where they smashed us. I'd rather watch City when they smashed us. I would rather watch anything than Love Island. I cannot stand that show. What would you rather watch than Love Island, guys and girls? Put some comments in there. Sell him get his wage off the books, says Carl. This is the problem, Carl. I don't know who sells him. He'd fail a fucking medical. You'd have to send him there in a DPD courier van, wrapped in bubble wrap, in fragile. Do not knock this. I worry. I just genuinely don't think I don't think he would sign there because of the medical. I was so stunned when I saw. What was this? Is this about Love Island? Is this about Love Island? That's mad, you know. That's fucking mad, you know. Did anybody else get caught with that video? Fucking hell. Honestly, that video, I hurl now thinking about that. West Ham is not a bad shout as Cresswell has left them too. Moxie Shun, yeah. Do you know something? I think Lucas may have actually solved our problem there. May have solved our problem. Love Island is an absolute pile of tripe. Yep, I'd rather eat dog food. I'd rather eat tripe than watch that fucking program. Even Sophie comes in. Yeah, but Sophie's one of us. Even I hate Love Island and all that crap. Worst thing to happen to TV, and it started with Big Brother crap. Oh, Sophie, now we got to have a chat. Sophie, now we got to have a chat. Now we've got to have a chat because there's somebody sat here who is the biggest fan of Big Brother. The biggest fan of Big Brother. So we got to have a chat about that. Rather watch paint dry. Yeah, just. How come you know some of the names on Love Island? Because it's on TikTok. It's on TikTok, Andy. I can't get away from it, and the wife constantly likes to show me videos. She was sat down there tonight. And she was like, "Look at this. Look at the way he's speaking to her." And I'm sat there. She's not a drag queen from Essex. I don't know why I'm doing like that. She's like, you've got to watch it. And I'm like, I'm fucking sat there. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. They are absolute morons. They're moronic. Yeah, don't do that, Sophie. People make mistakes. Don't do that. No, not that video. What are we talking about here? Love Island and Geordie Shore are both awful. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll be at Old Trafford tomorrow morning to get that deal done. Lucas, I'll pay for your travel. If it means that we get rid of Luke Shaw, geez. Oh, Moxie Shun with the comment of the night. I'd rather watch Mark Goldbridge non-stop doing a 24-hour telethon, and that's saying something because I hate him with a passion. He's come with some takes this week, Like I don't want to badmouth people because this is YouTube, and you can end up making yourself look a bit of an arsehole. But he said something this week that I sat there and I thought, mate, really? Do we really have to go there, Mark? Do we really have to go there? him talking about people copying United stand. And look, he has trailblazed. I'll say this about him. He has trailblazed, but isn't that what this world's all about? Inspiration. Aren't we meant to be inspiring each other to do things, to make ourselves better people and to try and achieve things that we never thought was possible? So when he comes out there and he says, oh, you're all trying to copy it, you know, my viewers, I don't mind you doing it. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, I don't know. And like, yeah, he is a one of a kind. He is, and he's a very smart man, but I don't like stuff like that. I don't like stuff like that. And yeah, Doug, absolutely. Now I'm on this more regularly. We absolutely have to. Now, guys, I will quickly say this. There's 16 people watching this. Some of you have got to be newbies, so make sure you're subscribing. Let's get up to the 100 subscription number tonight. That would be absolutely incredible. That would make my week. That would, considering what we've just had to deal with tonight. I honestly don't like any of those reality shows based on scripts. Like, what if I tell you what? One day, what if I'm on there? Are you gonna? What happens if I get on Big Brother one day? Eh? What happens if I get on Big Brother one day? Come on now. I'd rather be kicked in the balls. If you are new, we are asking the question: what would you rather than watch Love Island? I'm talking like fucking Scooby-Doo. What would you rather do than watch Love Island? There are some mad ones on here. Watching Goldfish for 24 hours is interrogation torture. Completely agree. Can't stand Frawbridge, and his voice drives me insane. He puts on a voice, but then don't we all? I don't walk around the house talking like this all day. I just feel like I have to boom my voice to you. Yes, the Newcastle boys are taking over. How are we? Welcome. Brentford is I'm not going to say his name. Isn't even a United fan? He's clickbaiting. There's a lot of. I do think he is a United fan, but I just think he likes to. Yeah, he has agendas, doesn't he? He has agendas. And it really makes me laugh, actually, because he will... I'm not going to bash him anymore after this because I don't want to do that. But he always makes a comment saying, if Gary Neville was to have a chat with me, I'd happily sit there and have a conversation and say what my views are and why he's wrong. This is the same guy who comes out and says a lot of stuff about fans like us coming out and daring to have a different opinion on what he believes. You guys know with me, especially the Newcastle ones as well, I'm very much, if you give me your opinion and I don't agree with it, okay, I may cry and moan about it for a little bit, but I take it on board. That's what we're all about here. If you go on Big Brother, Dan, I'll pray for your success, but I'm not watching you. Come on now. The votes will be needed. I'm not getting on there. No chance. Read the 115 charges on Man City. Don't do this to me. Is there more? Let us have a look. Is there more? Yes. I see what you fucking mean, Geordie Toon for life. That is fucking golden. Things you would rather do than watch Love Island. There's me. Oh my God. That would have saved the night for me. That's hilarious. DJ Leakey says you got to pick one of Eurovision or Love Island, or you have your Cheerios next. I'm telling you now, again, this is something that's going to probably baffle you all. I fucking love Eurovision. There, I said it. I love Eurovision. I absolutely love Eurovision. I am not afraid to say that. Oh, dearie me. Rather than watch Goldbridge, however, yeah, exactly. He means, he means rather do that. Well, save that. Yeah, facts. Yes, Ginny Esther. Dan, in your opinion, what's most important, a new centre-back or centre-mid? Biggest priority? Sentimental. Centre-mid for me, as I think Casemiro's finished. Yeah, I think I've said that. I may absolutely be pelted for this, but I would rather us focus on midfield, getting a striker and a goalkeeper. I'm happy to leave the defence this season, whereas obviously we leaked a lot of goals. I'm not as asked about the defence. I think with the way that they're trying to portray it to the fans about this project of 3 summer transfer windows to get things right, we're not going to do it all in one. So centre mid is absolutely the case for me. And there are players, that I would like. David Luiz is definitely gettable. I would go out there and buy a David Luiz straight away. Douglas Luiz, not David Luiz. I ain't having that bloody bloke at the centre back. Douglas Luiz, you can tell it's Friday. I'd take Douglas Luiz. Absolutely. For the money he is worth, I would. Premier League experience. He knows the midfield in and out. I would take that. So it's okay. No, come on. Where is this hatred for Eurovision. It is absolutely amazing. I'm not having it, guys. I'm not having it. Eurovision is fucking brilliant. Eurovision is at least filled with talented singers. Love Island is just plastics. Well, I mean, okay, I don't think Eurovision they don't have many talented singers. There is some very, very odd ones there. I don't care. I'll own it. I'm coming to the mic. I love Eurovision. There it is. I said it. DJ Leakey's laughing. I was like, ooh, an update on the Chargers. Yeah, Sophie, he absolutely did me as well. Edison from Atalanta would be great for you. See, I was worried about Edison because I thought City were going for him, but with City going out and getting who they've got in the midfield, I actually feel like it's potential there, isn't it? But then it's all about the money. It's all about what we recoup. At the moment, our season. Sorry, I know you're not United. I'm Man United. You're Newcastle. But Manchester United's season rests now after getting Bryan in and sorting the striker out on getting players out of the club. If we can't get players out of the club, the season will be a lot tougher than Manchester United fans are willing to admit. Paul, what's going on with Bryan is that Brentford come and rejected us. They absolutely rejected us. They said they want more money. They want better add-ons. I think, what was it, 57.5? No, 55, I think we offered, and 7.5 on add-ons. I've said this again. I'll say it again because there's new people here. Manchester United are the type of club at the moment that would have probably put the add-ons being Champions League wins, Premier League wins. So I don't go against Brentford necessarily for saying, no, we don't want add-ons like that. They want more attainable add-ons, and that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Yeah, that is gone. Longstaff would slot right in at United. He would be brilliant in that centre mid spot. Hey, we wanted him years ago, and you lot said no. I bet you wish you'd have said yes now. Ollie was absolutely besotted with him, wasn't he? Do you remember that season? Was it his brother as well? Was it Matty Longstaff who scored against United? Newcastle chat, you'll know that better than me. Was it Matty Longstaff who scored against United? I never have watched Love Island, Geordie Shore, or any crap. And yet here you are watching me. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay. Moxie Chan says, yeah, definitely cover it centre mid. Maz, Yoro, Maguire, Delit, Martinez, Heaven, Fredrickson, centre back is covered. Absolutely. Absolutely. And look, I'll say it again. Does this defence win you a Premier League title? Absolutely not. But this defence is a solid foundation to start on what we're doing, replacing things up further up the field. This will be amended. This will be changed, but it won't be this season. It won't be in January either. There we go. It's me, Everest says, I don't mind Eurovision that much, but I don't watch it because I'm Asian, so I want to support Asian Vision. If they get in there, if an Asian country gets in there, I'll back them for you. It's me, Everest. Chips. Oh, do you know what? I do want chips. Oh, guys, we need one more sub to hit 100. There's 16 in here. If you are new, share the video. If you are new, subscribe. If you are new, like. We are trying to get to 100 tonight. I would absolutely adore that. I would love that. Yeah, it was Matty. I thought it was. There we go. I know a bit about Newcastle. Ginger Matt. There we go. Yeah, it was outside the box. Yeah, I remember that. He's playing in Canada now after his horrendous injury. He was. Honestly. I'll come on to that. He was on football. He was a Football Manager legend. You could sign him. He wouldn't be available for 3 or 4 months, but then he would come in. If you were like League 2, League 1, he would go and absolutely ball. Am I the only one that is hot right now? Honestly, Wolfie, I'd open the window, but sometimes it's like Fight Club out there. It is roasting. It is absolutely roasting. It's got to be 25, hasn't it? Carl says, I've just seen Brentford wants 62.5 up front to match the Cunha deal. Pay it. Just pay it. Honestly, I just pay it. Get it done. We can move on to another player, to the striker. It's the worst kept secret in Manchester United news that once we've done Bryan, we will move on to a striker. It's the worst kept secret. The only thing I will say with that now is our striker options as fans has opened up a bit. Gyökeres, Watkins, who else? Off the top of your head, I don't think we go for Osimhen. Osimhen's done. Vlahovic, I don't want. The other news, actually, whilst we're talking about strikers, I will say this. Rasmus is staying at Manchester United. In the words of Come Dine With Me, I hope you're happy, Jane. I hope you're happy. There's a lot of people that are happy to keep Rasmus Højlund and think that he should be given another chance at Manchester United to show his stuff. I'm against that. I think his time's done. But Inter Milan are willing to give Pio Esposito a chance this season. They're also signing Bonney. So that was the quickest bit of hope we had. It's now failed. We've lost out on losing Rasmus. The only way we sign Rasmus now, sell Rasmus, is if we bring in a Gyökeres or a proven striker. Mateta ain't coming. Mateta's going to sign a new contract at Palace, that's for sure. Steve Bruce was the manager then. Oh God, honestly, I respect Steve Bruce for what he did at Manchester United as a player, but as a coach, horrendous. Wolfie, stop staring at Dan so much. Yeah, he won't admit that, will he? He won't admit that. He loves me, really. Ollie is such a good judge of player for United, but we never listened to as the bankers were in charge, not football people. Well, let's be honest. Let's look at this as it was. He offered us Erling Haaland. Said to Manchester United, look, we've got this lad. Bring him in. He'll cost you 20 million. Didn't happen. We missed out on Bellingham. Some say, so some will have it that he just chose Dortmund because he had all of these different ideas of the way he should play, the minutes he should have. But he wanted Bellingham. He went out there. He wanted these players. He wanted some absolute stunners for us. We didn't back him. But that's Manchester United back then. We are talking about Manchester United changing now. We've listened to Barada talk about this new United, the new way we do things. This summer transfer window is the best start, and it's going to be, I reckon, the only chance that he will have to win over Manchester United fans, because Manchester United fans are hanging off his every word. I will admit it. I'm one of them. I'm absolutely one of them. The interview that he did, I sat there and I read it and I thought, yeah, I back him. Pre-season, innit? Give it 6 months. I'll be pulling my hair out again. What else have we got here? Yes, we are one like away. We are one more subscriber. Away. Let's get that 100 live. We need it. I need that. I need that win tonight, guys. If you are new, subscribe. Get us to 100. I need that little win. You might lose a few likes after Eurovision. Come on, Andy. Andy, have you ever watched it? Don't knock it till you try it. Jordan, hope you are well. Good to see you, my friend. I am angry. What the fuck? Brian, please beg them. Honestly, I can't believe that this is still happening. I said this earlier on, and I don't want to go over old ground, but this is 3 weeks. This has been going on. I still think it's the 1st of July. I think that's why we're digging our heels. I think that's why we haven't just gone in with the 62.5 million. No, give me Rasmus on loan. Mate, take him. Lucas, take him, please. Lucas, I had a chat about West Ham tonight, and I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I'm not going to lie. I'm interested to see who you sign this summer, because the end of your season, the players they looked abysmal. Are you, honest question now, are you worried that you might get sucked not into relegation, but into that bottom half of the table? I'm talking like not even mid, bottom half of the table battle. Are you concerned about that? It's not too bad up here in West Cumbria. Had a breezy day with a few showers. It's about 18, 19 degrees. Let me check my phone, guys. I'll tell you how hot it is here. I will. Let me have a look. 20 degrees. We got rain coming. It's too hot. Has Visa been linked? Think a trio of Cunha, Visa, and Mbeumo would be electric. Yeah, but Iniesta, let's be honest, there's no way Brentford sell the two of them. There's not to United. I don't think so. I would love it. I would absolutely love it, but I don't think it will. 100. Absolutely, that's absolutely out of this world, guys. And I don't care. It's me, Everest, that you've used your second account. Do you know something? I don't care. That is great. We've started this YouTube journey only properly doing these lives consistently for less than a week, and we're at 100. That's down to all the hard work that you guys put in and coming on this show, supporting me every night at 9 o'clock, and you're fantastic, and I do appreciate it. It's nothing but love from here. Thank you so much. Ginny Esther says West Ham needs to sell Kudus and rebuild. Well, I said this to Lucas. I said I wouldn't mind him, but he doesn't like him. And yes, he is. He is elite. He's absolutely elite. I watched it in the set. Andy, how old are you? Andy, I feel like I thought you were younger. You little fox, you little fox. Yeah, honestly, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, we're definitely contenders for relegation next season. Don't think Potter is good enough, and I don't think we'll sign the players we need. Well, as I say, look, speak to David Sullivan and tell him from us, Sancho, Shaw, Højlund, take him. Take him. Take him. I'd absolutely be buzzing if you did that. Guys, it has been an hour nearly. I am going to go downstairs now and tell my wife how amazing you people are, that you have got me to 100. To all of you people that are still here after all of this fucking nonsense about bloody Brentford, you've stuck with me. We've worked it out. We've talked it out. I feel like we feel a bit better. I need to let you know tomorrow night I'm having a night off. I'm taking Mrs. Robinson out. She deserves it. You know, she deserves it. She deserves to be treated. But guys, honestly, thank you so much for getting me to 100. Make sure you share this video with your friends. Make sure you subscribe if you are catching up with this and you are new. Make sure you put comments in there below. If you are watching this on catch up, I'd be interested to hear what you've got to say. But guys, Lucas, take care. Sophie, take care. You absolute legend, Sophie. Chappie, take care. 62, Andy. 62. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you. I bet you're in better shape than me, dude. Thank you. Yes, Geordie Toon, you too, my friend. And yeah, it's me, Everest. You're a hero, by the way. You're an absolute hero. You're all heroes. I think the world of you. This is just the start of this channel. On to the next one now, which is 500. We are battling for 500, and it is going to be all possible because of you guys. Thank you so much. Moxie, take care. Guys, this is Dan United saying, oot!